Hi, today we're going to talk about how to create an animated GIF for use in your iBooks author widgets. As we've seen, the dedicated Keynote widget in IBA is very handy for showing quick animations, and the movie widget works well for longer animations. But what if you want to give the student the ability to scrub back and forth in the animation, or to advance frame by frame? Neither the movie nor the Keynote widgets will allow for this. We'll be going into more depth on the iAd Producer application in our next lesson. But for now, what we need to do is create an animated GIF, since that is the media type both of these widgets need in order to create a scrubbable animation. So, let's get started. To export an animated GIF is actually very simple. Just go to File, Export to, and then choose Animated GIF. But before we do that, there are some settings we need to discuss. With the slide selected, go to the Animate tab and make sure it is set to Automatic with a delay of 0. Otherwise, you'll end up with blank screens for every frame during the delay, and we need to edit those out anyway. So better off not getting them there in the first place. So once we have those settings correct, we go to, once again, File, Export to, Animated GIF. Now, this is our dialog box that it's going to show us. And as you can see here in the middle, it's got Animated GIF selected in this series of tabs up here. Note also that it's got one slide here, slide 1 to slide 1. That means it's going to make a frame for everything on this slide. If there were more slides, it would make a GIF out of the series of slides, and we don't want that. The resolution here, medium, that's perfectly fine. And a frame rate of 15 frames per second, that's pretty self-explanatory too. For a 1-second GIF, that would give us 15 frames to work with, and that's going to be plenty. Now, here I've got my duration set to 2 seconds, so given that math, of course, we're going to get 30 frames. So, next is what we do now, and then we're just going to choose a name and a place for it. And I'm going to call mine 501 GIF Export. There we go. And I'm going to save it in this file, in my interactive video file. And then we click Export, and there we go. Okay, here we are in my Finder, in my 501 interactive video folder, and here we have the movie file, or the GIF file, excuse me. Now, here it is in a small preview on the right-hand side. That's how I know I was successful with this. So I know I've got an animated GIF, and here it is playing. What do we do now, though? Let's say, for example, I had too many frames at the beginning. Well, there's a quick fix for that. What we need to do is open with, and I have Preview as my default. So let's open that and see what happens. So here we are in Preview, and you can see up here I've got 501 GIF Export. This is my GIF, but it looks like the frames are all blank. They aren't really, though. These are just the first few frames that got exported before things start to happen here on frame 9. We've got the E coming in, and then frame 10, as you can see, things are starting to slide in from the left, just the way we wanted them. And so we've got them all the way up here to frame 20, which is about as much as we want. So if size considerations were coming into play and we needed to trim off a few extra slides or whatever, we could take slides 1 through 7 here, just shift and click, then we select them all, then we could delete those, and that would reduce the size even further. But for now, it's playing pretty quickly, and so I'm pretty satisfied with this. Now, rather than opening them up here in preview, we can just drag these into the appropriate place in iAd Producer, and they will form a frame in iAd Producer for each segment of that widget. And we'll get to that in our next lesson. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.